What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Guys, a lot of you are going to wonder about these units. It's not every day we get villain units, especially villain units from, like, last season. Remember, this is the Sword Oratoria. This is a whole other interaction with them with the Loki Familia. So, let's jump in and see what these units do and if these units are really worth summoning on. And we're going to start this off by mentioning, by the way, here, guys, when you finish this up, on the side 11 draw ticket, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, we saw this ticket in the data mines, and it's a 3-star ticket, but it's a 3-star ticket with them featured on it. So you might get one of them for free, or both, who knows. But it is 3 stars, so you're not guaranteed to get one, unfortunately. But you might want to do this before you actually summon on it, because you never know what you're going to get. Now, the reason I mention that, so the big deal with Valetta here. Now, by the way, guys, yes, she is the reincarnation of that of the queen from the anniversary event. So yeah, that's why she's kind of that. You know what? So let's go ahead and jump in here. Valetta's HP is 4420. Her MP is 363. Her strength is 2160, so she's a physical unit. She's a dark type unit, and her agility at 1224 is really, really, really good. Her endurance is okay, not phenomenal, 629, but here's the best part about that. She doesn't really need that endurance so much, because she is an ailment unit. So you don't need her to be beefy. You just kind of need her to wear down your opponent. And that she will do. So, let's talk about what she does here before we move on to Dix. We talked a little bit about her yesterday, but here's the deal, guys. Skill 1 with her is an 80 MP cost. She does self, fire, water, thunder, earth, wind, light, and ailment resistance, plus 60%. So she'll resist ailments from your opponents pretty nicely. The only thing she doesn't resist is dark, which is her own typing. As well as a foe's plural, seal and sleep resistance down 25%. So she reduced those sleep resistances, which is really nice, and that goes down for 6 turns. Now remember, while it seems like a long time, it's only a 25% deficit, and with ailment units, you're not really, like most of the time with a lot of like the stronger units out there, you're looking to end Wargame pretty quickly. You're looking to like bash through this, and she is a Wargame unit. Let's not beat her on the bush. She's 100% a Wargame unit. But you're looking to end Wargame within, like, the first 4 turns, because when you go into Familia Wargame, if you're taking 6-7 turns to kill somebody, it's not really going to yield you the kind of results you want, unless you're literally just stalling out the other team, which is a tactic, but it is what it is. Now, here's the deal with her. She also gets 4 additional actions, which is a foe mid-dark physical attack, heal 25% of damage dealt, with a 25% seal and 25% sleep. So she's got a 1/4 chance of doing seal or sleep. Obviously, if you have seal or sleep resistance or any other ailment resistance, that actually will affect that. So it's a moderately low chance to seal or sleep in most situations. But with as many times as she's going to do that, you got a pretty good chance of that. And it's 2 ailments. It's a double ailment attack, which you don't see very often. So with a lot of the other units that we have that decrease ailment resistance and all that stuff, she is going to resist other ailments, and she's going to hit you with double ailments. So if you have an ailment team for Wargame, you got to have this unit 100%. She's a must-have for ailment teams. I say as I don't build ailment teams. I really don't like I guess in regular Wargame it is a tactic, and it's really good at climbing the Jester ranks, because really all you're doing is you're kind of stalling out and then like hurting the other team over time, or in her case putting them to sleep and then just letting somebody else in the team kind of do the damage. Or sealing them, or both, preferably. So, who knows? But I really kind of feel like she's going to be a must for ailment teams. I think she's going to be a staple on ailment teams for quite a bit of time. Now, her skill 2 is an 48 MP cost. She does self, strength, dex, and heal rate in dark damage plus 60%. So she's going to heal herself. Foes, plural, inflicts 15% max HP on poisoned and ailment resist in general, down 15%. Now, that is one turn, but you're probably going to replicate that or just let her spam that skill. Because that is kind of her spammable skill. So not only does she do, sleep it's sleep and seal. She also now does poison. So she's a triple ailment unit, which you never see. You never see triple ailment. So she is wildly useful. Unfortunately, all those are pretty low. 50% max HP by poison is a significant hit. Don't disregard that. And notice that is not a percentage. That is basically a guaranteed hit. Read that as 100% poison. 15% of your health is gone. Unless you're specifically running anti-ailment or anti-poison, she's going to hit. And that's going to hurt. And that, for a long time, we talked about there was like this big move to go anti-ailment. And now with her, I think that really brings ailment back into prominence. So this is a dangerous unit. If you see her in Wargame, I really feel like she's going to be really a value to any ailment team and a terror to anybody that's not running anti-ailment in Wargame. So I really, really, really like this unit. Here's the thing with ailment, though, guys, and I said this before, you don't necessarily need to max out ailment units. If you have her +2, +3, heck, even level 60, I think she's still going to be useful. She'll be a little squishy at that point, but with, a good heal in the team, she increases her own heal rate and all that. If you're just looking to hit them with some early ailment, she's going to be a valuable asset. Plus, if you're running a full ailment team, you're really trying to sleep or stun the opponent anyway. So you're just trying to, throw enough stuff at them until things affect them. And she's really good at that. Like I said, she's triple ailment. So once again, I think an invaluable asset to the ailment team. Skill 3 is also a foe's plural attack. So this is skill 3 normally would be single target attack. This is her AoE attack. This is an AoE attack from her. Super dark physical attack with ultra encounter rate, temporary strength boost, heal 25% of HP dealt with 25% steal and 25% sleep. So yeah, more of the seal and more of the sleep. Probably are going to do more of the skill too, but still, I think she's just wild, man. Just absolutely wild. Remember, when she's hitting you with this, she still will be hitting you with the extra actions. She's going to hit 25% seal, 25% sleep here, and then with the second attack, hits you with 25% more seal, 25% more sleep. Well, I want to say that comes out to be 50%. It's not really. It's like 35%. But still, every single time she hits you with that, the percentages just get higher and higher and higher. Like, she's going to hit you with something. She is a one-person ailment team. She's wild. Just keeps throwing stuff at you. It takes her several turns to do it, but she's really here for the long haul. The only thing that does suck, she doesn't have a lot of dex, endurance, but she does give herself a heal rate and all that stuff. So, SA is a foe's plural, ultra dark physical attack with ultra and guard rate, temporary great strength boost, heal 25% of HP damage dealt with 60% seal and 60% sleep. More ailments, guys. So seal and sleep all over the place with a little bit of poison. This unit is deadly in Wargame. Not useful much outside of that, but my thing is if I foresee a unit as being stupid OP and absolutely necessary for a specific team in Wargame, I'm going to recommend it. So if you're building an ailment team, I think she's a must, personally. Passive skills. 25%, light resistance 45%. I almost read the skill 3 again. Light resistance 45%. Counters are dark physical attacks. Counters and regular attacks are dark physical attacks. Strength, agility, and dex 35%. Physical and magic resistance plus 25%. Ailment resistance 35%. So big buffs there. Big buffs. I thought she was a material killer, but apparently not. Dix is, however. So let's talk about Dix. Now, I did mention Dix is solely a Record Buster unit. So if you're not really going after Record Buster, you can skip this unit altogether. But let's talk about what he does anyway. Okay, 4550 HP, 2077 magic. He's a magic unit. 719 endurance, which I really, really like. 1176 agility, which is actually lower on the agility scale for a modern unit. Skill 1 on this guy is a 66 MP cost, foe singular, strength, magic, and penetration rate down 40%, which is very, very useful. Self-dark attack damage plus 100% for 4 turns. Self removes strength and magic and agility and dex debuffs. Add 3 additional actions, foe singular, mid-dark magic attack with ultra penetration rate. So, even a really good secondary skill. Skill 2, 44 MP cost, foe singular, high dark magic attack with ultra uncounter rate. I'm sorry, ultra unguard rate. Ultra unguard rate. Very different. Foe singular, dark resistance down 40%, with self magic and penetration rate down 70%. So pay close attention here. He debuffs strength, magic, and penetration rate, and debuffs dark resistance. All you need to do is debuff magic resistance. You have all of your debuffs. So if he had magic resistance debuff, he'd have literally everything. He gives himself magic and penetration rate 70%. Notice that is a penetration rate 70%. That is wild. That's going to hurt a lot. Basically, that increases your odds of hitting. So really, really, really... odds of hitting with a penetration buff. So a really, really, really strong unit here. Skill 3 is a 51 MP cost, foe singular super dark magic attack with ultra critical rate, temporary great magic boost. Unfortunately, I wish that was a percentage boost. Guard rate down 40% and self extend buffs by 2 turns. I really wish this had a percentage attack on there. It really would make this so much better and almost mandatory. Man, he's all about the debuff, though. He's all about the debuff. He's 100% about the debuff. So if you have a Dark Record Buster team, you need him. But if you don't have a Dark Record Buster team, you can really skip him. So that's the big caveat with him. SA is a foe singular Ultra Dark Magic attack with Ultra Penetration rate, skill damage 120% per self magic buff skill, which is really nice. Maybe that comes out to be a 240% attack with self, strength, magic, endurance, agility, and dex down 50% for 3 turns. Wait, what? Self, strength, magic, agility, and dex down 50%? Doesn't make sense. So he debuffs himself? I think that's a foe's. He debuffs himself? Bro, I think that's a faux singular, but to say self, man, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll have to see what happens when he drops, but it does say it's a self debuff. Well, maybe it's just me. Dix is a hard pass on that regard. Unless it's a faux singular, which the way it's written, it's highly unlikely. Possible, but highly unlikely. I'm hoping it's a typo. Light resistance up 45%, counters and dark magic attacks, and faux singular extend status debuffs by 1 turn. Magic agility, endurance and dex 35%, 50% damage on critical and penetration, and he's a material killer. So really, like, his best attack is his SA, and if it really does debuff him for 3 turns, man, that is horrible. That's horrible. The one thing that I do like here is I skimmed over it here. So light resistance 45%, counters and dark magic attacks, and foe extends status debuffs by 1 turn. On counters. So if he counters, he will extend debuffs. So he's super handy in that regard. But if you have an opponent that removes their debuffs in Record Buster, well, obviously that's not going to be so good. Dude's super conditional. I was kind of on the fence about him, but I'm like, man, if that's a self debuff, he's trash. I like Valetta. Don't like Diggs. Maybe I'm missing something here. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I don't have the details on Chigusa, but I did want to mention her stats. She is an assist with 1268 HP and 579 dex, but only 360 strength and magic. and only 490, which admittedly is an S skill, but only 490 on agility either. So she's a weird build. She better do something really, really, really good. We'll talk about her tomorrow when she drops. I don't have the details on her yet, but she better do something really, really, really good, or she's an easy pass. I kind of get the feeling, though, she is going to do something really good. Now, worth noting, we are getting a Celestial Festival gacha. This is the paid banner. They just did a general pool update. You can literally choose 3 units out of the general pool, 2 adventures and 1 assist, and your first, third, fifth, and 7th draws are all guaranteed to be one of those units that you chose. In fact, every single one of them has a chance, obviously, and I've gotten doubles and triples off these, but it's really only for whales, unless you spend money, because it is paid Iris only. You're not going to get to do it, but I do want to mention it because I do love the Celestial Festival gachas when they drop, and it is worth noting that they are updating the general pool. And big shouts out, I don't remember who mentioned it, but somebody mentioned it in the comments yesterday. I completely missed it. Ray is there from the Xenos Reverse banner. So, if you were summoning on the Xenos Reverse banner, if you were pondering summoning on the Xenos Reverse banner, don't yet. Drop some 2 and 3 star tickets, farm up whatever you can, and see if you can get them completely free to play. It's a long shot. The general pool is, absolutely stacked with garbage, and it is deep. We did an assessment a couple years ago, and there were hundreds of 4 stars. And they drop so many units now, like, it is wildly, wildly, wildly unlikely, but it's worthwhile. We're not going to get another general pool update at least until probably another month or so, but your 2 or 3 star tickets are going to expire at that point. So we'll probably get one either middle of October, maybe end of October, early November sometime. I don't think they're going to wait much longer than that because they want to add the rest of the anime units in there. But nevertheless, Ray is here, and that means the current banners that are live will be in the general pool. So you can drop 2 and 3 star tickets and try to pull those units. Now, we do have another banner coming next week, but I'm going to save that, and we're going to talk about that specifically next week. I got to take a look at some information on that before that drops. But realistically, that's the before you summon. And honestly, if you're looking at the Xenos Reverse, 2 and 3 star tickets could yield them. So don't be silly. Drop those before you ever go back into that banner, if you even plan on it. There are some great units in the banner, but it might be a trap. There may or may not be a live stream tonight, guys. I've got to figure out what's going on with my my ISP. My internet is just super terrible right now. I will let you guys know. I will post in the community tab on YouTube and on Twitter to keep you guys updated. I 100% have to call it based on how I see it tonight, because it's, generally speaking, the internet's been fine all day, and then in the evening it just goes to hell and stays there for hours and hours and hours and hours. So I do not know. Stay glued to the community tab. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be back with more Danmachi. If not the live stream tonight, I'll be back with something for you guys, hopefully really soon.